Last week, the World Auto Forum organized the India Vehicle Marketing and Sales Summit in New Delhi, providing a platform to discuss and deliberate key issues of the industry, along with some interactive Gyan sessions. We chatted with a few industry bosses on what, according to them, is the best way to establish a connect with the Indian customer today when it comes to automobile brands.
About to be conquered.
Over the last years, the Indian auto industry has emerged as one of the world's largest and fastest growing auto markets, with a leading position in several sub-segments. The industry has attracted FDI worth $14.32 billion during the period April 2000 to December 2015, according to data released by Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion. So as the country looks to establish its credentials as a manufacturing destination, we expect to see an equally aggressive approach for marketing and advertising on the manufacturer's part. But first, let's find out how critical is advertising for automobile players and what does it take to build a successful automotive brand.
Don't postpone joy.
When it comes to auto brands, the car is a complex system. And therefore, there are layers of complexity when it comes to building auto brands. One of the things that if you were to look at automotive brands in India is that a lot of manufacturers have struggled to define this for the consumer. When I look at a certain brand and an offer from a certain brand, what is the expectation that I have? A brand is a pattern of expectations that we create in the consumer's mind. And therefore, what is that unifying idea? What is your take on the category that then translates into the kind of products that you launch, into the kind of service you provide, all of the rest of it. Given the fact that the consumer in an emerging market like India has certain kinds of needs, what is your point of connection with the consumer? How do you uniquely define your point of connection with the consumer?
There are times when, let's say, your core DNA is either technology or value for money or economy or luxury, that doesn't seem to really help you achieve your business objectives. Because the way the market is changing, the way the company is changing, and the way the consumer is changing. At sometimes as brand managers, there is this dilemma that if my brand proposition, which is part of my core DNA, is no longer helping me to ramp up my business objectives, do I follow, do I change it, do I tweak it, do I follow somebody else's footsteps, or do I passionately go ahead and stick to the knitting and make my brand proposition more relevant?
Coming from the lens of advertising, there is only so much that advertising can do in building the brand of automobiles. You have to showcase the vehicle to the best of its, and show it at its best, and try to find as many channels as you can to get the consumer to experience it.
There have been various path-breaking campaigns. We just can't be looking at it in terms of it, because when we look at campaigns are concerned, today most of the manufacturers are working towards is creating a 360-degree campaign by taking the elements of the print, the outdoor, the audiovisual media, as well as the digital media. The spend levels on digital are going up, and various campaigns are being created around.
Keeping the consumer at the center of your strategy will be the key to building brands in any category, and that is true even for automobiles. Most of the time we are very happy to just create a great brand or a great product, but one needs to realize that while brands are offerings that a company invests in, it is the consumer that creates and destroys brands. So it's important to see a brand from the lens of the consumer. Mass media, which is ATL, will continue to remain important because they are very well penetrated in our country, and when you want to reach out to a larger audience, they will always play an important role whether in awareness or building brand. BTL has a role, especially digital, in a different aspect of your consumer journey. So building loyalty, telling the story about the brand, influencing consumers, listening to consumers. In fact, digital is a great way to research the mood of consumers. So that will become more and more important.
If you define below the line just in terms of doing offline events, in terms of outreach, perhaps ATL is more important. But if I include the whole gamut of customer experience physically at a dealership, then I think that customer experience at a dealership becomes very, very critical. But overall, from building a brand perspective, I think ATL advertising is fairly critical to build a brand.
Today is the generation that we talk about is the IT generation. Everyone is connected with each other, right, through various devices, and digital plays a very, very strong role in terms of not information dissemination, what we call it is concerned, but also in terms of, right, ensuring that yes, transactions also start to happen as far as digital media is concerned, and that is where our endeavor has been, is towards making a bigger connect. And this all happened by way of being innovative, being creative, being very, very simple. And to us, as I said, I think digital is the future and is the medium that we all need to work towards.